You to really benefit to maximum with ID Life as a business, you want to duplicate that as well. So what people see you do, they're going to do the same. So I want them to learn the training, duplicate the training, and then repetition is the very best teacher. The other thing I want to remind you about the business of ID Life, something that's very different from some other side things that you can usually add into your life. I want you to think of a word, and I want you to write it down, and the word is residual. With ID Life, our goal is to help you build residual income that's reflected both in a weekly paycheck and in a monthly paycheck. Speaking of writing it down, I encourage every one of you to go old school. Now, I use the notes on my phone, I use my iPad, I use my computer all day, every single day. But when I'm taking ID Life notes, I still keep them in a journal, and I've done this for almost 26 years. Now, the beauty of that is I can walk right into this room, right off my kitchen, and I can look at years, now decades worth of journals, and I can pull off and I can go back and I can access it very quickly. So I encourage you to do pen and paper. I've watched it work. My son was a scholar athlete at Georgia Tech. Very hard program, very hard school. I found it very interesting when he started that a lot of his professors wouldn't even let them take notes on their computer or digitally, made them do it with their hands. So that's just my 2 cents. Let's dig into today's training. First of all, we have to start at the very top. The very top is you have to develop a purpose. There has to be a reason that we've got somebody on here in California at 6 a.m. at the gym that's plugging into this training. If you don't have a purpose and a reason, that makes 0 sense. And there is no one better to share about purpose than the person that I heard about this from in 1999. They are actually the very top associates in all of ID Life. They have a track record in this industry. They're legacy distributors in this industry. And I'm going to turn it over now to Todd Cash. TC, take it away.
Tonja, I appreciate it. You know what? I've got those journals as well. And at the top of every page, we talk about purpose. That's really the power source of your distributorship and when you get going. I want to talk a little bit about that. In fact, I'm going to talk a couple of things. I want to talk about your story and I want to talk about your purpose. But I didn't realize that early on when I got started, but I realize it now, and we teach it right up front. Again, Tonja talked about the app, so you can go back and refer to this. But your energy source, your power source for being successful will always come from why you're doing it. And so I know a lot of us are brand new on here today, maybe haven't nailed that down yet. You're starting to build your story, the importance of your story, of using products, of building income, whatever that may be. That's how you're going to talk to people. You're going to tell the story. That's what they're interested in more than anything is your story. So you're building these two things from the very start. But what I want you to understand about purpose, and I'll tell you this, when I got into this industry, Donna and I, years ago, our purpose was not very big. It was a couple of $100s a month because I didn't understand the industry yet. I didn't understand the power of residual income. I knew I needed $200 a month to be able to get a different truck to drive. That's what drove me to talk to people, to do the things that we're going to cover on this Get Started training today. Everything started from that. If I wanted a different vehicle to drive, maybe you want to pay a credit card off, maybe some other reason, that was the reason I got up every morning and worked ID Life. And so as we begin to accomplish those goals, we set a higher purpose, much like an athlete. When you accomplish, you set something bigger. I'll tell you what our second goal was. Our second reason was to pay off debt. We had $80,000 of debt. That became the focus, and that became the energy to go out there and talk to people, build a team, teach, train, mentor as we went. Started with that purpose. So the most important thing to remember is that's where the energy comes from, the discipline, the focus that it takes. You're going to be motivated from other people. You're going to gain knowledge. You're going to look at other techniques. But at the end of the day, this is your business. And what drives that is your reason. So it may be small now, but understand you can expand on that and build on that real quickly on your story. Your story is going to continue to develop. As you use these products, you're going to get great results. You may lose 10, 15, 20 pounds a couple of months. Your story changes. It becomes more dynamic. Doesn't have to be huge up front. You know, maybe I'm getting great energy, but that's how you talk to people. We talk and tell our story in a way that people can look and see solutions in your story. They want to hear a little bit about the science, but most importantly, they want to know why you're in this, what you're doing here, what results that you've had from the products and or the opportunity. And when you're able to tell that in a way that people can relax and see themselves in your story, you make the connection. And when you make the connection, you can take the next step. Maybe it's a VIP customer. Maybe they want to be an associate and do what you do. So your purpose will always be what drives you. When you lose focus or when you don't have the energy, go all the way back up to why you're doing this, and you'll be able to plug right back into the source and move from there and continue to develop your story along the way. So Tonja, I think those are extremely important. I know when people kind of get tired, get off track, as we all do, we go back to that original reason of why we're doing this. All of a sudden, everything comes back into focus. So I know we moved now to products, so I'm going to toss it back to you.
You know, TC, and I wanted to just share as I'm listening about your purpose and your story, that one of the most sought after concepts in ID Life as a business is what we call funding your 5G network. You know, a lot of people don't see ID Life or don't ever want ID Life to be their full-time job, but they need extra income coming in because they're looking at the 21st of the month and thinking, ooh, I got to hold on until the end of the month. And maybe they're swiping the credit card. I mean, credit card debt is higher than ever. But the 5G network is something that I want you to know, but I also want you to begin to incorporate into your conversations because people are looking for help. They're looking for relief for the strain, especially right now from the cost of gas in your cars, groceries, games, gifts, and the fifth one is gotchas. I did a poll on my Instagram stories. It's the most responded poll I've ever done since I've been using Instagram, and it was, are you feeling the stress and the intensity of your budget at the grocery store? It was a 100% yes. People are looking going, I want to feed my family healthier. How do I do it? How do I do that when I am pushed so tight? So that 5G network, your gas in your car, your groceries, the games, maybe it's that you want to work out, maybe your kid's playing a sport, maybe it's a vacation, something that would be in the game category. Gifts, maybe you want to give more, both in the holidays coming up or birthdays or to a charity that you believe in. And then the gotchas, those are the unexpected. Those are the things like the dryer breaking down, having a flat tire, the things that, you know, your kid falling down at school and needing stitches. You just think of all the gotchas that happen in our budgets. But that 5G network is one of the most connecting conversations I have ever had, and I use it all the time. Now, let's talk about knowing the core products. And I'm going to stand up. I'm going to go back. And if you're in ID Life, you've heard about retargeting and remarketing. And that's where ID Life, for every time we share our link, they are retargeting and remarketing both there and with our customers to literally bring ID Life back in mind to them and back up in front of them for 30 days. So what are our top products right now that are being retargeted and remarketed? ID Nutrition, Energy, Slim Plus, Load, the Nourish ID Shake, and then the detox box. I'm going to say it again. ID Nutrition, Energy, Slim Plus, Load, Nourish ID, and the detox box. Now, there are more things coming with that as well. Now, how does that relate to our core products? I'm going to just go very quickly over some of our core products and a concept to help you simplify this for your own product usage, but also when you're out talking in the marketplace. The core of ID Nutrition, I want you to picture this like a wagon wheel. Now, I actually used to have an actual wagon wheel. I live on a horse farm. I don't have it anymore, but I think I'm going to have to look for another one at an antique store so that you get the visual. If you look at a wagon wheel, you have the hub in the middle, and then you have spokes off of that wheel. And then you've got that piece of wire or steel or whatever around it that it rolls on. The very center of the hub, the flagship also of ID Life, is ID Nutrition. Whatever your goal is with your health and your nutrition, and as you're talking to people, you have to fill in the nutritional gaps. ID Nutrition is not really a product. It is actually a system. It is a globally unique system where we truly customize and personalize your vitamin and supplement routine. There's so many factors to it that I don't have time to go into this morning, but ID Nutrition is one of a kind because it's one for you. It literally looks at everything with your globally copyrighted assessment, looking at your family history of diseases, your age, your height, your weight, your stress level, your sleep habits, your eating habits, where you live, where you work, any environmental factors that you may have. Most importantly to me is any health conditions that you have and any medications that you take, because so often there's not only things that you should be supplementing with certain medical conditions and medications, but more importantly to me, as a wellness and nutrition professional for over 30 years, it's the ID Life Shield that blocks things that actually should not be taken together as well. You can plug in your DNA results as well to ID Nutrition. I encourage every person to put this on subscription because literally for us to fill in every nutritional gap, we know scientifically is impossible. You have to eat such a large quantity of food, the right kind, the right quality, all the things. I know that I'm getting some insurance with the center of our wheel with ID Nutrition. Now, some people say, I don't want to do the personalized vitamins. My next best in that center would be one of our vitamin packs, but there's nothing like personalized nutrition. With the ID Nutrition, you can add other things. The next most sold product is our ID Life Energy. We are a tired culture. I'm not going to go through everything about energy, but I want you to know it's different, it's unique, it helps you feel focused and alert, while also helping you feel calm. Incredible for your brain, has incredible amino acids for blood sugar stabilization, for helping with water retention. I mean, there's so many things in energy. I do have a coffee pot because on occasion I have guests that come who want a cup of coffee at certain times of the day. Fine, knock yourself out. I drink energy every single day, and I encourage others to do the same. Another spoke on that wheel is something that we call sleep strips. That's another top sellers. I like to think of this as your bookends to your day. I like to have energy to start the morning, and then I like to go to sleep well at night with sleep strips. Now, this is a 3 product in one, and it's one of the most powerful products I have ever seen. Number one, you can take it all the time. It's non-addictive, non-habit forming, and you don't wake up after taking it feeling like you got run over by a truck and like you're half grogged all morning long. With the sleep strip, you have 3 nutrients that are in it. One is melatonin, one is L-theanine, and one is 5-HTP. These 3 things work together to help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up feeling refreshed. Here's what I know. Sleep is an issue from our 18-year-old to our 90-year-old and everything in between. If someone says, I don't think I need a sleep strip, I'm like, welcome to the club. I didn't think I did either. I didn't know how badly I needed it until I tried it, added it in, and there's so many health benefits from that combo as well. Another one of our core products is our Slim Plus. Slim Plus is a great thing. I love to use it mid-afternoon. It helps you have more energy, appetite control, gives you great prebiotics for the gut. You feel mood enhancement because guess what? So much of our serotonin in our brain, 80% starts in our gut. So there really is that gut-brain connection. And guess what? When you are feeling better, when you have the energy and you have the appetite control and you're getting what your brain needs, you notice you don't get home from work and want to pile through the pantry and the fridge looking for anything that you can scarf to eat. Now, if you really want to accelerate the results of either one of these, you can also take it alone. It's part of our workout line, but if you can look on the ID Life website, and it's referred to as either the Go Getter, which you do with energy, you take it with energy, or the Glow Getter if you take it with Slim Plus. I was so excited about this product because I've had enough birthdays that I'm really working against age-related muscle loss called sarcopenia. I also know about ATP, which is the little energy factories inside our cells that aren't as efficient as we age, but they're really not that efficient at any age anymore, because I don't know if y'all know this, but we're not in great health and shape across the country at any age. So you can add this to it, phenomenal nutrients for that. I can tell a huge difference in muscle definition. A lot of people see a shrinking effect. Another one is the detox box. I want to be sure that every 90 days you get that detox box and you drop that in to your wellness routine. It is literally, it's like a restart from the inside out, and is a super important part of your overall health, and as you're talking to people about their program as well. It's very unique in that it does not only a gut cleanse, but it also is for the kidney and the liver, and it goes back and it restores the microbiome, which is super, super important. Now, another part of our top sellers is we've got the lean. The lean is another one that actually nourishes the muscles, so your body will choose and metabolize fat. It's a great part of weight loss programs, but it's also very important for overall keeping your muscle and helping with appetite and metabolism, those kind of things as well. Because I don't know if any of y'all are over about age 25, but that's when we know that those numbers start to trend downward instead of upward. So we want to give it the support that we can give it. There are many other products in the ID Life product line. We have a full workout line. We have other well products. We have an incredible breakfast or any meal called Nourished. Nourished ID, it's a shake. It comes in a whey protein or a vegan protein. It's not only filled with the protein sources, but it has the appropriate amount of carbohydrates to be a meal. It also has fat in it, and it has a plethora of mushrooms, which have so many health benefits in that as well. So that's another one of our top sellers. So you think about the center, and then you want to add the spokes. Hydrate's another one, because hydration is a big deal. You add the spokes that make a difference for you, for your goals, and you want to talk about it like that to your customers, because you always want to lead them back to our very core, what sets us apart of ID Nutrition. Now, I'm going to finish up with our Lean 30 program. Weight loss is a problem. Over 2/3 of our population is now overweight or obese, and even, I mean, a lot of people who are in the right weight, the right BMI, but they're what I call skinny fat. So I find this program important for all kinds of people, and it all comes together in a box, in a system with supporting materials, and there's going to be more to come about this program. You're going to hear about it very soon. But as far as a weight loss gift, a package, a program, hand it to them. They have it, and they can go off into their weight loss journey and their weight maintenance journey. Because I don't care how much weight you can lose. I want to know, can you maintain it? The final thing is a one-time purchase. I will always talk about it. It's changed my family's life. I actually did genetic testing before I ever heard of ID Life, many years before. I think it was about 5 years before, because of some things in our family. But the genetic test, the nutrition and fitness DNA test, it literally is going to let you take your personalization and your nutrition, your fitness, your ID Nutrition, the products that you choose, the exercise that you do, the foods, everything about your life can be taken to a new level when you have your own personal playbook with the ID Nutrition DNA. So that's a little bit about core products. Now we're going to go to how in the world are you going to share it? I gave you a lot of just like little bullets, but how are you going to take this out? A big thing for you to use, of course, is social media.
I want to refer everybody back to the app. You can hear Katie do this again. Creating a list. Let's talk about a list that you actually might have down on paper. You might have it on computer, but it's people that you're going to talk to. And an organizational mindset that I had was this: I want to provide solutions. I might sample a product once, but ultimately, I want to add you to my team. That's what I'm looking to do, is build a business. So you start with people that you have the most influence with: friends, family, coworkers, people at church, Little League, soccer, wherever you meet people, wherever you work. And again, if you believe in the products and you're building a story, you're never afraid to talk to people. That's something I had to learn up front early on, is I didn't want to be a salesperson. This is something that I'd never done before. And so I started to get out and move products and talk to people, and I didn't want to be the sales guy, but I became a coach. That's where I was comfortable. So if I talk to people, talk about the products, talk about the solutions, and they're interested in that, I felt real strong in coaching people on how to get results. I told them how to take the products, how to get involved. Those type of things were very easy, and I started to add people to my team. So you want to find a place that you're comfortable. If you're worried about being salesy, or you're worried about pushing a product, you're never going to talk to people. So you got to get comfortable with what you're doing here, comfortable with your product story, and building confidence and being power in that when you're talking to people. So let's talk about kind of the list and how we add people to that. Again, that's your working capital. And here was my mindset. We're going to add them one of two places. When I provide solutions, if they're interested in products, they'll either be a VIP customer with a discount, if that's what they choose, or if they're interested in doing what I'm doing, they'll be at the associate level. I want to be solid on how to explain what that is. Most people, as we know, will be VIP customers. They're interested in a discount. They don't want to talk to very many people, not interested in a meeting or jumping on something like this, but they do want to buy products at a discount. And so I've got on my left side, I'm building VIP customers. Again, providing solutions for them. I'm not trying to sign you up. I'm trying to connect you with a company that has incredible products. That's a win for them. So again, I feel comfortable doing that. And in our marketing plan, that volume really builds a weekly check. That's powerful. We have people here that have incredible weekly checks. We get 4 of them a month. And just with VIP customers, you can start to build that out. And then if I have the conversation with someone that wants to do what I'm doing, the 5G network, or they're interested in building, then that's an associate, and they'll be on a training like this today. You'll add people like that to your team. So I have a list in the middle, and when I talk to people and share information, they're going to end up, my mindset was, you're not going to say no. If you do, that's fine. But I'm going to explain this in a way that it's such a solution. People want to look, feel, sleep, and perform better. That's 100% of the people. And if they feel like you're presenting a solution, they're going to move to one of those places. That's my mindset. And I almost willed that to happen with the people that I talk to. That's where you begin to put together an organization of people. Now, let me talk about frontline and secondary additions to your organization. When I talk to a brother or a friend, and they come on board as a VIP customer or an associate, and I sign them up, I put them in. And I'll tell you something, I don't like using the word sign up or getting someone to do something. I never use that language. I added people to the team. I provided solutions. The way we earn income here is because we pour time into people. We share information and we spend time with people. I never use the language of sign up or get someone to do this or get someone on the team. So when you change that information and the way you deliver, things are much smoother. So I wanted to add people to that side, add people to the associate side. That's called frontline. That's someone that's first level to me. But there's also the friends and family that they know, people that they know, that once they're comfortable and they're excited, they're going to introduce you to the people that they know. And that's called secondary addition. So if I sponsored Katie frontline to me, and she wanted to build a business here, she had a great story, wanted to put some people together for information, we talked to them, some of those people wanted to join the team, that's frontline to her, it's secondary to me. So those are the two ways that you add people to your team and continue to grow an organization. I'll tell you what's impossible to do is to frontline sponsor over and over and over and over and over and over. The gold mine is when you find someone like Katie that you sponsored and she's introducing people that she knows, and those people are taking the information and getting on board at one of those levels, either VIP or associate. That's where you start to build depth in your organization and you really start to put together a significant residual income. We've got an incredible marketing plan. You're building an incredible story. We've got great science in our products. We've got an incredible story to tell. And when you tell it effectively, and it takes time, as Katie said, that's a skill. You're going to learn by staying plugged in and hearing the information, having a great sponsor that shows you how to do this. You know, today we're sharing information with you that you're going to be able to turn around and share with your team. That's how you learn this. That's how you cut down the time and be able to do this effectively, quickly, and build an organization. So we're excited about that. ID Life is not known. We still do not know. People do not know the brand of ID Life right now. And that's a great time to be involved in this. Our science is solid. Our foundation is solid. We're just now starting to build and add people to our team. So excited about that. Use your influence. Create your list. Have an organizational mindset that tells me once I share information, it may take a couple of times. as Katie said, maybe it may take 2 or 3 times of talking to people, but ultimately, in my mind, they're going to end up as a VIP because that's the best thing for them. If they want to take energy, take it at a discount. It's 15 or 20% off subscription. Everything is a solution for you to get involved on the team, or if it's to build, you're going to be at the associate level, and we continue to do that. When you're tired, you plug back into your purpose. That's where the energy comes from, so we'll always go back to that to refocus again. Mark McCory, he's still an athlete at this stage. He's going to tell his story, but he's also a personal trainer, instructor. But when you can play 3 hockey games a night at 54 years old and correlate that to our products, that's incredible. So, Mark, I know you're excited about this, the science, all the things that we have at ID Life, and you also have a great way of articulating that to people. So share your story here and kind of bring us home with all of this.
Yeah, I play hockey. I'm 54. I just, when I first saw this, I'll be honest, I always took supplements. I've always been athletic. I'm never going to have a weight loss story. I've always been single-digit body fat, so I've never been out of shape. I've always wanted to, basically physically, I wanted to have life on my terms. I just wanted to keep elevating my game. And I'm humbled being on here because one of the people I really look up to in hockey, Jamie Dowd's on here, and he was a Stanley Cup winner. So I'm like, I don't play at that level, but I play hockey. So I like to say he plays hockey, I own gear. But the fun thing about this is that I play in leagues that start sometimes at 11:30 at night because ice time's hard to find in Florida. So I will play at like 9:30, and then we'll be short a couple guys on the next game. And they said, hey, can you stay and play another game? So the Zamboni cleans the ice. I jump into New Jersey and go right back out. So it's 3 hours in one night. And I wake up the next day and I feel fine because my recovery rates are like I'm in my early 20s. So when I was first introduced to this, I was on supplements, I ate well, and I trained hard. But what I did was I took the health assessment because we'd never seen that before. And in the health and wellness industry, we're always looking for the edge. And I realized that I was to take the assessment as if I didn't take supplements and let the system build my entire program and let me see how close I was to what I'm supposed to be doing. Because there's nothing more accurate than having all third-party peer-reviewed research in one database and AI sifting through it and coming up with the exact answer. That's the delineator of ID Life over every other company on the planet. So I was able to see that I was not even 25% of the way there. And at that point, I'd been doing it for 25 years. Nobody memorizes everything that a supercomputer can. So I default to the system. And if the medical community tweaks it, that's a tweak, not a major change because of a health history they know. That's the delineator here. So for me to be able to realize that my chronological age is irrelevant, it's my biological age. How young and efficient is my body? I don't know anybody. Just raise your hands if you would like to have your 20-year-old metabolism back. Game on, that's what we have our hands on. You have the ability to reverse the aging process by efficiency. Gut health first, nutritional gaps second. So best practices is what ID Life actually masters. Get the junk out first. There's your cleanse and detox. Get all the detailed information. There's the DNA test and the health assessment. So once you're done with the cleanse and detox, I'm on ID Nutrition. I haven't missed it in 5 years. I was part of the beta testing this program 5 years ago, tested it, and just to your point, Todd, I invited close friends and family to join me on trying it. I wanted to give them the option. Some said yes, some said no, but here's what they did. They said, oh, no, I'm good. That's fine. And they kept watching me, and they became the second wave of people that joined because it worked. So I ended up with my first line of teammates that were coming on board, and we were basically product users. But when you have a good idea, it makes sense in your head, but now it's in my heart. Nobody has to teach me how to share what my favorite restaurant is. Somebody asks, what's a good place to eat around here? I didn't have to be trained on that. I just told them. Cafe Positano's. You can put their lobster bisque sauce on a shoe if it tastes good. They're like, oh, we're going to Positano's. So and believe me, if you're in town, we'll go there. You'll see I'm right. But I didn't have to be trained for that. I'm speaking from my heart because I am a religious product user. I wanted the health benefits. And if you have the secret sauce, don't keep it a secret. So I invited my close net friends and family to join me on the journey. Some did, some waited and then did. But now I'm out there and I'm doing what I learned. One pro tip I learned from someone in the program. They said, do a seed drop invite. Somebody you haven't talked to in a while, guys, here's your pro tip. Call them up. Man, we haven't chatted in forever. But I called you for a specific reason, but we haven't chatted in forever. How are you? I seed dropped that I've got something to talk to you about, but we haven't chatted in forever. Catch me up. I wanted to learn about them. People do not care what you know until they know you care. And I am not going to offer a solution until I've found a problem. So I am going to learn about them. If they start telling me job's tough, not making a lot of money right now, the economy's tough, I may lead with the business opportunities the best product company has. Profit sharing, I mean, think about it, guys. If you can make an extra whatever you want to make and the side effect was abs, I'm in. So I just share from the heart. I follow the program. I love the results I'm getting. I'm not going to keep that a secret. So this has been a journey of love and passion. I mean, we are not in the supplement industry. None of us on this call is. ID Life is. We're in the people industry. Our inventory is people. We want to bring this to the masses and let them know it exists. If you just want to be on the product, that's the VIP choice. If you want to help spread the mission and the message, join us on the team. You're going to have a fun time with it, and profit sharing is automatic. It's just royalties because you brought market share to the company of ID Life. That's the brilliance of the system. Don't complicate it. Have fun with it, and it will not just be that life on your terms physically. It could be life on your terms financially.
The timing that we're in with ID Life right now, when you're in a pre-brand company like this and no one knows about it, yet we have incredible science. We already had thousands of testimonies out there. We're this far from exploding. A year or two from now, everyone will know what ID Life is. They'll know the brand. And you get a chance to walk through that window one time. And that's very, very rare. We can all name the big companies out there, you know, the $800 million, billion-dollar companies, but they were started long ago. And we have a chance now to be the first ones to step in growth with a great message. And Mark, I appreciate your perspective on it. It really is a life's journey of love with people and helping people get results. And that's what we do. So excited that you're here today, guys. Stay plugged in. Get on the app. Continue to go through the information. You're not going to be able to do it after one time. It's something that you've got, you know, to hear, and then you've got to step into action and practice. And then it gets bigger from there. We have a whole system called the arms race that really shows you how to build volume and build rank. That's coming. But today was brand new to help you get started. So solidify your story, really lock in on your purpose, and then take the steps that we've talked about today. We appreciate your time today. Had a lot of people on here on a Saturday morning. You guys are hungry. You're excited. Go out and talk to some people today. Get a sample in someone's body. Tell your story. Talk about VIP and what that means and what kind of a solution that is. Talk about the income and why you're doing this. It's not asking someone if they want to earn income. It's telling somebody what your journey is and where you're going. Appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you again soon.